First at 8 o'clock Arizona, we want to get to breaking news that we do continue to follow in the Northwest Valley. Two separate crashes not too far from each other, snarling up traffic along the Loop 303 during the morning rush. This is 12 News Today in AZ, live right here on 12 Plus. Thank you for joining us. I'm Allison Rodriguez. So let's talk about that first crash that happened just before 5 a.m. It was near Happy Valley Road. This was a three-vehicle crash, and it involved a construction vehicle. You can see two workers, they were actually trapped in that bucket truck. They finally were able to be rescued after a while. We saw that happen on 12 News. And then just before 6 a.m., there was a second crash that happened. This one was also on the Loop 303, but near El Mirage Road. And the backup from that first crash, oh boy, I mean, they were just one after another. And this one did involve injuries here, the second crash. And so that's why we have team coverage for you this morning. Our Justin Pizzera standing by with what drivers do need to know about the delays in these spots here. But first, I want to get you out live to our Sean Rice. You can see him here. He's joining us live near the Loop 303 and El Mirage Road. Sean, I mean, it looks like things are really cleared up now. Is that the case?
Yeah, definitely so, Allison. What a difference 2 hours can make. At 6 a.m. behind me, all you could see was headlights as the sun was coming up this morning because of just miles and miles of backup as a result of these two crashes. Let's get you right to video of the second crash. As you mentioned, this one happened just south of El Mirage Road on the northbound Loop 202, right around 6 a.m. A crash between four cars, video showing a white pickup truck slam into the back of a small gray car. We saw multiple people being treated here on scene by fire personnel to injuries. It appeared as though lacerations to their neck. Thankfully, though, we're told there were no fatalities in this crash. We're told, and it's confirmed, that this second crash happened as a result of the first crash. Let's take you to video of that one about a mile north of this second crash, just before Happy Valley Parkway exit. DPS fire personnel, they responded a little after 5 a.m. to a car that crashed into a construction vehicle as workers were up in a lift working on a light hanging over the highway. We saw extensive damage to one car as it was being loaded onto a tow truck. We have video from our ADOT cameras showing these workers being rescued from atop the lift safely to the ground. From what we could see on scene, the workers who were up in that lift appeared to be in good spirit. They were not gravely injured. And again, there was no fatalities in that crash either, despite the scary situation. I think if you're here on scene this morning and you drove by it, we could be having a much different conversation from both of these crashes, the extensive damage, but nobody passed away, thankfully so. I did have a chance to speak with fire personnel here on scene. They just wanted to issue a reminder to drivers to always be aware, be vigilant when you're driving in darkness as the sun's coming up. Stay off your phones and always see if brake lights are ahead of you. If you do both of those things and remain alert, we can avoid those secondary collisions that we saw as a result of that first collision. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Sean Rice reporting live for us. Thank you so much for giving us that ground level view there. I want to get to Justin Pizzera now, who was tracking that, but also a crash that popped up in the East Valley. Justin, this is on the US 60. What can you tell us?
Yeah, so this is at Mesa Drive. We just saw them take one of the vehicles that was involved in this. It was a couple vehicles involved here, but the tow truck just took one of those vehicles away. You can see it looks like right here we got another vehicle behind this ADOT vehicle. They still need to clear that. So it is creating quite the backup. These, again, are the westbound lanes at the 60 at about Mesa Drive. If we switch over, you can see this is all the traffic right here. That's the backup right there. That's from our camera at Gilbert. So if you do want to avoid this, they are looking to clear it. But if you do want to avoid this, if you have to go out the door in the next few minutes, you might want to take Greenfield to Southern and then take that all the way down to reconnect to the 60 because of that backup right there. I can show you on the maps just how far that backup goes. So it's pretty extensive there. That's about 6 miles when I just measured that before we came on. So there you go. Might want to take Southern to get around that if you have to head out the door in the next few minutes. Here's a look at those drive times right now in the West Valley on the 10 and the 17, Allison.